We're all brothers and sisters, aren't we?
DJ Weekley Show, ready, set, go. DJ Weekley Show, fun for you and variety to choose, plus tons of facts at you. Everything that you really want to see, music, stunts, and live realities, grooves and bids and even slammies. Arnie, Joe, Ron, and host DJ Weekley. Sit back, let it within. DJ Weekley Show, sure to make your ass grin. Not your average show, but a whole new spin. Taking control, parents warn your kids. Don't try this at home for your viewing pleasure only. DJ Weekley Show on the set seat. And get comfy on the couch, this remote please. Grab your 40 or your Slurpees. It's time, DJ Weekley Show. Ready, set, go. DJ Weekley Show, it's that time. DJ Weekley Show, ready, set, go. DJ Weekley Show.
Welcome back to the DJ Weekley Show, Rock and Roll Edition. That's right. Party on, Tucson. Party on, Wayne. Party on. All right. We have a rockin' show for you this time. Prophecy from Jim Morrison, which is going to be amazing. It blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, oh, I got to tell everybody about this. And then we got some BLR, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, because, you know, that comes with rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
And like always, fun and guns. All right. And online later, we got a new one from Invis called Imperial. And it's a little too real for live TV, so only on YouTube. Lots of cuss words. All right. All right. And that's TDJWS on YouTube. Big thanks to everybody tuning in. You rock. Yeah. All right. So we got some shout outs like always. It's the shout out show. This time it's a whole lot of people. All right. But first, let me say a little something to A&E. Ooh. All right. So, shout outs. Okay, the Trinity, the Fam, America, Shawno, Tiffany T, Mr. Ben, Helena, Mike T, Stephanie R, Mike A, Karina G, Connor R, Wendy S. Let's see, Greg B, The Infected AZ, Danny R, Victoria O, Christopher F, Adriana A, Chris R, Yugs, Joseph A, Shelly L, Denver Ham, Second Sight, Rock Band, check it out, awesome. Rustic Jams, Hippie Band, check it out, awesome. AZ Rap, Rap Band, check it out, awesome. Builders and Destroyers, check it out, it's awesome. Zaya and you. All right. So guess who made it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Yeah, it's one of my favorite bands, especially when I was growing up. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Congratulations, they rock. One of my favorite songs, Suck My Kiss. Yeah, you remember that, right? I played it on my Facebook page a couple days ago. Whoa! It's DJ flashback moment. Here we go. All right. The term rock and roll possibly comes from the action taken from removing an anchor. And this is the Memorial Coliseum where I saw Nirvana play. Yeah, and it was free. It was at the State Fair. It was the most awesome show. There's a huge story to hear about. If you want to hear more, let me know. I'll tell you about it. And about that rock and roll thing I was talking about. It comes from the action taken to retrieve the anchor from a boat. And there's an old sea shanty, rock and roll over me, rock and roll over me. And that was like way back in the day. It was a sea shanty. It's not even music, you know what I mean? And then the first recorded mention of rock and roll is 1960, Little Wonder record label. And DJ Alan Freed coined the term with Moondog's Rock and Roll Party. And that takes us to today in history. Oh my gosh, everything's going so fast. All right, in 66, the fifth recorded perihelion passage of Halley's Comet happened. Perihelion means the closest orbit to the sun. 1666. You know what that means? Ooh. France declares war on England and Munster. 1871, U.S. income tax repealed. Repelled. All right, 1911, Glenn Curtis pilots the first successful hydroplane. And that's our moon here in Tucson. Well, the eyes aren't there, but, you know, it's upside down, and that's weird. Filming Gone with the Wind began today in 1939. In 1954, groundbreaking on Disneyland began. And 1971 today, Charles Manson was convicted of murder. Woo-hoo. That's rock and roll. All right. And Bill Clinton also said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Today, in 1998.
Yeah.
And that's history. Up next, Jim Morrison, the Lizard King, speaks of future music, DLR, and unseen Woodstock footage. Right now, the Lizard King.
I was talking about that this weekend, thinking a lot about it. I think the two basic types of music indigenous to this country are the black music, blues, and the kind of folk music that was brought over from Europe, and what I guess they call it country music, or the kind of West Virginia high and lonesome sound. Those are the two main streams of root American music. There might be others, I don't know. But it looks like, and like 10 years ago, what they called rock and roll was kind of a blending of those two forms. And I guess what's happening now is that rock is kind of dying out, and everyone is going back to the roots again. Some are going back into country, and some are going back into basic blues. I guess in 4 or 5 years, the new generation's music will be, it'll have a synthesis of those two elements and some third thing that'll be entire. Maybe it'll be, it might rely heavily on electronics, tapes. I can kind of envision maybe one person with a lot of machines, tapes, and electronic setups, singing or speaking and using machines.
I used to think that rock was progressive.
I kind of wish you were less cuckoo. a pretty goose for you, and a pretty racing car. Oh, what if the world said nya 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 nya, like a parrot, or if a baby got two knickknacks up her sleeve and screamed mahalo? You can give me money, and I'll go make the zoo. I've got many fake books, since I'm a leprechaun farmer who's a gambler. Hoo-ha, cherry soda! I didn't run away. I got a sandwich, and you'd love it. I'm Ron Paul. Free bananas!
Party on, Tucson. Party on, Tucson. Party on, Tucson. Party on, Lewis. Party on, Liverpool Rocker.
Technical difficulties.
We're back.
Taken care of. I don't know, rock and roll. I think it's affected not only my life, but my parents growing up, you know, in their time. And I feel like whatever's transfused in their lives as a child or being a product of them, it's kind of already infused in you. Even if you're younger and you're like, I'm not into AC/DC or Elvis or, you know, stuff, anything like that. It seems like as you get older with age, you can learn to accept it more and be more, what's the word to say for it? Like,
open-minded.
Appreciative of
Yeah,
it.
totally.
Because
Sex.
without the King, there wouldn't be the Beatles, and without the Beatles, there would be, who knows, no Justin Bieber.
Maybe roaches. No Bieber. Where would I get my haircut style from then? Yeah. this is a bit the sexy section of rock and roll. You know how it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Here's some go-go dancers. Pretty sexy, right? Free love. And now we pay for it with our lives. You know what I mean? It used to be so free. It was like a shot of penicillin and you're clean. Now it's like, oh, sorry, penicillin ain't going to do it. You got 6 months. Poor easy. All right. And did you guys know ballin' used to mean the same thing as banging?
I'm just balling, bro.
Like, oh man, yeah, me and this girl, we were balling, man.
Banging.
You get it?
Bang,
Well,
Balling all over each other.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was balling her butt.
The worst thing I would say about the sexy drugs and rock and roll, hairy girls. Nobody, like everybody was so hairy back in the 70s and 60s, you know what I mean? We're so much cleaner nowadays.
Hygiene has definitely progressed.
I miss those days.
Hairy days.
Everything was like shaggy carpets. It's gonna come back one day.
Oh, how about this girl? Toddy is her name. Remember her?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, she was so hot to me. White Snake.
Oh yeah.
What's the song? Here I go again on my own. And here comes DRUGS. Say no to him. But the 60s, man, there was so much stuff like acid, LSD, becomes illegal in California in October 6, 1966. So that was like, they had that whole time of the 60s where it wasn't illegal. But now it is, so watch out. Yep, and this is what they used to say, peace, love, and dope. That's a hippie thing. And there's Deca, mescaline, chocolate, strawberry pills, Quaaludes, Reds, and draft beer. All there at Woodstock. What do you know about Woodstock?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Saves the day.
Yeah.
What about Mary Jane? You think there was a lot of that burning?
The candies?
French fries.
Mmm. I'm eating hippies. But times surely have changed. We're all health conscious and Big Brother is here. Right, Joe Ron? You know something
Now you
about
can't
that.
even go to a concert and enjoy yourself. It's just all monitoring and, you know.
It blows my mind how much it's changed.
I think back in the day in Tucson at the Wildcat Stadium, Fleetwood Mac came into town with some other groups. And this was a while back, but they said that they will never hold another show there besides one that I think we recently held there because of how bad people destroyed everything, you know, vandalism, turf destroyed,
Oh, wow.
decay,
Yeah, oh man.
drugs.
I had so much fun, Lollapaloozas growing up. It was like Compton Terrace. We got a little segment coming up about that. Oh, I had so much fun at rock concerts. Have you, any of you guys been to rock concerts? I know you have. He says no, but he's lying because he's a rock and roll dude. Oh, and there were hippies, and now there were trippies. And now the hippies are working for the government, big government. Oh my gosh. And here comes the rock and roll part of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
They're all hipsters anyways.
Totally. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight at the Moshpit competition.
Who's gonna win? The guy on the left or the guy on the right?
Ready? Commence! Oh, I missed it. Oh, somebody else is calling it. We're just, so we have the Moshpit convention happening soon here tonight, folks.
What are they about to do, a wall of death?
It is, actually, it catches on fire, but you can't really see it. It's pretty cool.
Do you want me to go back?
Yeah. So it's like we're with them. We're in the mosh pit.
Oh no.
Oh man, look at it chopping up. Ay ay ay. Ooh. And did you know rock and roll evolved from many different sources, places, and at different moments in the 20th century, and it continues on today. One movement that I can relate to, sounds really cool. I just found out about hood rock. Totally, that's my ish.
Hood rock.
You know what I'm saying? Cool. We're here at the National Moshpit Convention. Oh, these are a bunch of mosh fails, but for some reason it's stalling out.
You always got to pick them up, man. If you fall, pick them up. That's the rule.
That is the rule. Real. Or unless, like one time at Lollapalooza, the whole crowd started swaying, and we all fell. Like the whole pit, the whole crowd fell.
Imagine the people on the sides.
Yeah, it was so crazy. I fell on some guy's head, and he's like, "Get off my head!" I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, oh!" And I kept falling back down on his head, trying to get up, but what can you do?
It only happens.
Have you ever played guitar?
Guitar Hero.
That's what I'm talking about. I know you have.
I like air guitar.
Me too.
I'm better at that.
Hear my solo? Yeah.
Yeah.
How about air guitar? Yeah. Yeah.
I like to play the air cello.
I like to play the air gun. See? It's an air gun. All right. And affordable electric guitars were introduced in the 1940s. And Alan Freed was the DJ that coined the term rock and roll. And he was born in 1921. Trip out, right? Chuck Berry, born in 1926. Elvis Presley, born in 1935. Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison were born in 1942. No, it was Jimi Hendrix born in 42. Jim Morrison, Mick Jagger, Janis Joplin, and Keith Richards were born in 43. And these are still more mosh pit fails. There's some good ones. You should Google it. You'll like it. And Stevie Nicks, you guys know Stevie Nicks? I think she's one of the hottest rockers out there, too. Back in the day. Woo-wee.
Fleetwood Mac, man.
Before the drugs and sex.
Yeah. And, they're like Chuck Berry and Elvis. They're like the kings of rock and roll, you know what I mean? You can't just say one because it's not fair. Rolling Stones. What's your favorite Rolling Stone song?
You gotta give me time to think about that.
Time is on my side. That's mine. How about Led Zeppelin? Anybody? Led Zeppelin?
He's bad.
Da-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Aerosmith?
Yeah, that's the dude.
Janie's... What is it? Janie's got a gun or something like that. Journey. Hold on. Don't stop. Oh, how about this one? Hails bells.
Because I'm TNT.
Dynamite.
Oi. TNT.
Oi. Oi. How about the Grateful Dead? Anybody?
Jerry Garcia, right?
Yeah, it's okay. How about Sex Pistols? Anybody know about them?
Punk rock right there, right?
Anarchy in the UK. But that was like before punk was punk, so it was called rock and roll.
Yeah.
And then Minor Threat. They're like a straight edge band. They're awesome. We're just a minor threat. We're just a minor threat. Everybody look angry. All right, and Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Sweet child of mine. Yeah, do it. Do the Axl dance. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's for you, Axl. Don't be an Axl.
Axel.
All right, Red Hot Chili Peppers just made it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Awesome.
Yeah.
They're dope.
Yes. They're dope. Totally.
They're really dope.
And he's like part Apache.
Really? He's native.
Yeah. Totally. Anthony Kiedis.
He's an
This
engine.
is the fall of the Compton Terrace. This is where I saw all the Lollapaloozas I ever went to. Here at this concert.
Venue.
Yeah, it's sad. They tore it down. It's going to be coming up here in a second.
Why did they do that?
I'm not sure. All I know is it happened January 19th, 2010.
Lollapalooza was held right there.
Yep, and it goes down like an AT-AT walker. You know what that is on Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we'll watch it here. You guys can watch it in the background, but then we're going to give you a full screen because it's so sad to me. Oh my God. Man, here it is wrecking, but it doesn't mean that we can't still rock and roll. I'm in Tucson anyways. There it goes. It's gone.
Timber.
Man, there goes all my memories, all those rock and roll girls, sexy rock and roll girls. You guys like sexy rock and roll girls?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, they're the best. Yeah. You could have my tater tots, man.
French fries.
So when you see the thing pop back up, we're going to cut to it. I'm so wasted.
Timber.
Aww. There it is. Compton Terrace.
Probably was no more revenue, or I don't know. Maybe they wanted to build a Walmart there.
Dude, that's what all the comments said. Like, oh, good. Now we got a new Walmart. Yeah, it's sad. But party on, y'all.
Party on, DJ.
Rock on.
See, we're in Wayne's basement. Isn't that cool? It worked out well.
Weren't they like out doing public access as well or something?
Yeah. But this is like their show, but on crack. Is how I always pictured it.
Swing.
Swing. And then it's like it becomes part of you, man. Have you ever heard of this? It's called Ripple.
Mm-mm.
Back in the 70s, they used to drink it all the time, rock and roll style. But then it got so bad, it said Ripple Cripples. I Googled it, and it said, but it's bums wouldn't even drink it. It's not that good.
What is it?
So-
Alcoholic beverage?
Do you see this? Guess who wears that ring?
Ozzy Osbourne.
I have no idea.
Ready? Ready? Keith Richards. Pretty cool. Whose hair is this?
Vegeta's. Super Saiyan.
It looks like the helmet from.
I don't know, but I really like it.
But I'm good.
Is that yours?
No, it was Billy Idol. All right, so we rocked it this time. For most of the show, we weren't even talking. Hey, burnout. All right, look at that. Shout outs for everybody else. Shout out.
Start out with Luis.
Shout outs. Shout out to the family. Yasmina, none of your biz, get well. My little son with an earache, get well. All the other family G's, Luke and Phoenix, Letty, because I didn't get a shout out to you last time. My mom, Karina G, stay up, love you.
All right, how about you, Invisible Rocker?
Just gotta send a shout out to my boy Osmar, my girl Christine. That's about it.
Word.
Word.
I want to give a shout out to my little boy, to my boy Nick Nook and Stomachache and Delicious and my family. And a shout out to all the people in the 520 blazing it.
For you, man.
520.
In the casa, like Samasa.
Sean Donnelly 2013.
Check it out. You're going to love it. Shout outs to y'all watching. Thank you. Tucson, Ohio. Zaya. Love you. World. Anybody else? You guys, any arguments you want to say?
Facebook.
Oh, shout out to everybody in Yuma.
Shout
Yuma
out to
boys.
everybody who
Yuma.
Yuma boys, Blue.
Yuma boy blue.
Beto you.
From my house out the road. my time with everyone. I have very bad posture.
Ladies and gentlemen, you came out tonight and you were the worst fucking place possible. Because tonight is gonna be one of those crazy nights. Imperial on top of this invincible. Imperial on top, invisible, invisible. You can't see me. I come through the drive-thru. It's you, a Whopper MC. Life didn't pay me. I gave it recipes. Disaster was on my mind. This is what I perceive. And life didn't always come so easy. Back in the day when I was young, but now I'm bumping, I'm busting and cussing, but I don't give a fucking. Imperial on top of this invincible. Imperial on top. Imperial on top of this invincible. Imperial on top. Imperial on top of this invincible. Imperial on top. Imperial on top of this invincible. Imperial on top. Imperial on top of this invincible. Imperial on top.
I learned it by watching you.
It's the DJ Weekley Show.